Here are a couple exercises you can do if you're looking to try to build the stability in your shoulders. First thing I want you to do is get on your hands and knees. You can do this in your bed if it's easier for you as opposed to getting up and down from the floor. First thing you're going to do is I want you to make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips or a little bit back further. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? But you're in this tabletop position. You want your elbows locked out. And what I want you to do, some of you may be familiar with an exercise called a cat camel. So you're going to do a maneuver that's similar to that. However, you are not rounding your back and you're not pinching your shoulder blades together, so to speak. Your elbows and arms are locked out. You're just going to let your chest fall forward and then push it away towards the ceiling. And you're going to try and do that without rounding your back, as in a cat cow, cat camel, and your arms stay locked out. Your elbows do not bend. This just takes a little bit of practice, okay? This is not the exercise in and of itself, but we want to make sure we can get this down first. Once you have that, what you're going to do is you're going to push away. If you want to work on your right arm, as you're pushing away, keep that right arm nice and locked out, and you're going to slide your right hand forward and back. So all that weight, and you can lean forward a little bit, is going through that right arm, and that right arm should be nice and rock solid. And eventually, I want you to feel a nice deep burn right here in your shoulder. If you want to make this a little bit harder, just raise that left arm up and back down as opposed to sliding it. Okay. Try about 20 to 30 reps of these. You can do a couple sets. Take breaks when you need because this will creep up and create a nice burn here for you. Next, what you can do is if you're already in this position, okay, you can get into a plank position on your knees. This time you can walk your hands a little bit more forward so you're leaning forward. You can lift your feet up off the ground, or you can just get into a regular plank position, tall, push-up position, whatever makes sense. And what you're going to do from here is you're just going to do little shoulder taps. Again, really actively trying to push away through those hands. Keep your arm locked out. Try about 20 taps aside. You can do a couple sets. Take a break as you need. So if you decide to go for a full-blown push-up position, tall plank position, you can do it like that. Separate your feet to make your balance and stability a little bit easier. And then as you can see, that's a little bit of a challenge, especially on my right side. Do your best not to rock and roll. Try to stay nice and squared off as you're doing it. Perfect. For your third exercise, I'm going to go grab a TheraBand. And I want you to tie it into a loop. About so big. You're going to put it around your wrist. Same position. Tabletop, hands and knees. To make this a little more challenging, walk those hands forward. Lean forward, put a little bit more pressure through those hands. And you're basically going to take one arm. You're going to slide it directly to the side horizontally. Up about 45 degrees. Down about 45 degrees. And then repeat that. The order doesn't matter. Try to keep your fingertips facing straight ahead as you do this. Again, you're going to get a good burn, likely in the arm that's not moving. Try about 10 reps aside. Once you do all three directions, that's one repetition. So try 10 and 10, and you can do a couple sets of those.